October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Order! A court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Whale Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both of you, the prosecution and the defense, will be able to present in yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for the case. We claimed the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call upon people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit edge. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer, in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I am not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick! I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. I entered the trailer. A little for noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to studio. I was fatigued, so I had sound at 2:30 to be 15 minutes. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We had found his body later. That's all. I have a question about part of your testimony. You said you were fatigued, so you had the van. There's a van at Studio 2. Item, take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. Ooh, I see. Very well then. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Objection. Ha, as I thought. Ooh, you claim to have ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What is this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can tell, there was a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point, Edgeworth. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on those plates. The plates are bare. Ms. Vasquez, tell me how a person can eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone. I think I know how. You ate boneless. Right? Huge. Good somewhere like it is tonight. Ooh, meeting the steel saber. What are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left her trailer to dusted, she ran into the city. You killed him with your own hand. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him. You say I did it? Yes. Ooh, fascinating. Ooh. And here I was worrying today would be as boring as all the rest. Ooh. Very well. Ooh. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Ooh. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's... What was it? Oh, yes, let's see my speed. Yes. Ooh. Now, as you can see, I will have petite stitch here. You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a good game. How much anyone would. Ooh, haha, you see. Yes, however, that was it. That's not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was fired on lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove the spear was not the murder weapon.
Take that!
Here's my proof.
Take that!
Take this. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is a murder. Not so fast, Edgy boy. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible someone who wears a thick costume with this to the chest. You'd need at least super glue, screws, and duct tape for it to be at least somewhat usable after that. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Ooh, silence. I'm the one testifying, and I will. Are you quite sane? Are you even nowhere? Even in the same... Who is... Well, Mr. Wright, I can, and I will. I'm afraid. Your confidence is... Take that! Look at this photo. What is these? Well, that's fucking the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have the order, this shall be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This photo was from that very accident. Not a word of this is leaked outside to the outside. It was a close-kept secret in the studio. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth? You still can't see it. The fallen man. See how the fence post has pierced his chest. What? Are you saying? Yes, edgy boy. What happened 5 years ago? Happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on day of the murder. Steve Vasquez meets Jack Hara outside the studio. And then she did it. She pushed him out off the stairs of the set. Just like Hara had stuff done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or accident, I cannot say. Ooh. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago! Precisely. Ironic, is it not? Ooh, very creative, Mr. I could use a man like you writing my script writing style. You deny what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument, Mr. Hammer did hide at the church. If the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And the evil man, thing that I carried the body down to the trailer in the space of 15 minutes, right? I get a if I get me less than 15 minutes, or 45. What is it? Well, she had another way. Other than with her own hands. Ooh, for example. For that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. There was a way for you to carry that body. Ooh, interesting. Mr. Wright, you show how she could carry that body. Take that! The van. Mr. Vasquez, you carried that body out to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Order. Recall your testimony. There was a rehearsal when we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Saltag with me. Right? I had Saltag. You used the van to carry the body over to Studio 1. And before everyone got there, you put the body in the evil magistrate costume. Ooh. Hold on, Mike. Don't forget, it was Salmonella who drove the van. You're saying that Mr. Manalo was a conspirator? The body had to be placed there in the van and put into the costume. There was no other way Miss Vasquez could have done it alone. So don't forget, they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume, too, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. Probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? Ooh, no need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win. I would be busted like with a what the fuck right then when everybody was so quiet. So what happens next? Ooh. Don't unquestioned mark me. Ooh, me. Don't you have anything to say? Ooh, what would you like me? What would you like me? Huh? I lost something like that? I just said that. Ooh, so wait, Steve Vasquez, so it was you killed Jack Hammer. Stop being quiet, guys! Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it, Mr. Wright? Did we just engage in the result of the battle? You proved the possibility I murdered Hammer. Ooh, right. But that was only a possibility. Proof. Decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Order, Mr. Edric? Of course it is, as the witness says. Certainly doesn't seem likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edric isn't sure. Well, he has a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. You did it, Vasquez! Ooh, that was a question. Did you do it? No. You're, Mr. Wright? Yeah, yes, Your Honor? Well, I'm not sure that question helped the court get any closer to your verdict. What do I do now? I'd like you to testify. Testify again? Ooh, no one to give up, Mr. Wright. Ooh, think about it. Even if I were to testify, what's the point? I can say what I've said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. Ooh, why? What would happen if I said it again? Ooh. It's the same questions, get the same answers. Ooh, what is... Damn! As it seems, there's no further questions. Yes, mister? I was hoping you'd come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I did it. I see, very well. Objection! Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I am your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does that make any sense to you? you, Your Honor? I don't see anything repeating this last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see a little point to make it. Miss Vasquez, repeat yourself. What exactly do you want to hear her testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, ergo, I want her to hear about what happened after they found the body. Ooh, after they found the body. Ooh, interesting. Very well. The witness will testify to the court about concerning this matter. Ooh, Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, he wasn't after all that. Edgeworth, what is he? Ooh. He was with Sal and Oldbag, the skinny lady on the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police and Powers showed up. The skinny lady was agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised in the other stuff. Mr. Wright took us. The note. That's why she'll surely falter. Find the key as you need and twist the truth around her. Heck. Right. 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 Let's see. Hold up. You didn't have a script when we saw you. Ooh, yes, they're quite valuable. Wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess. Wait a second. I thought you came to see one before you rehearsed. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Ooh, well, I was under rehearsing. Why? Ooh, there was a murder after all. Who could have thought of rehearsing after that? Very well then, Miss Vasquez. Objection! Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think! Miss Vasquez, she didn't bring a script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She wouldn't have to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to say why the person would make to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate your concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, regardless of how the court sees my role. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe it. The truth herself. True, the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood. I had perfectly good reason to believe there was very well then. A witness? You knew Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, that's still the samurai who was injured, but it was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright explained it. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. Who injured himself in the morning. One person who was injured in the that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, what do you think about? Why did you think that it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Ooh, I already said it. So that's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers that was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You saw him. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ooh, ah! And this, when was he doing this? Well, it would have to be, have been after he put on the steel samurai glasses. I went to Studio 2 where he was murdered! Exactly! Miss Vasquez! You met him, didn't you? You saw the steel samurai. And Mr. Hammer was in the steel samurai. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Ooh. Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I see you sneak out of this one. Ooh. Very well. I have a question for you. Why, you okay with persistent? If you had followed from his death, nothing. You had yes, you would need a motive. Killed the victim. I can prove it. We have a 5-year-old photo that can prove that she had motive. Take that! This is my proof. This is the photo from before. Yes. If he has a motive behind the matter. Right, am I? I did Mr. Vesky. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is... It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom, his guilt weighed down on him, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for petty change. Bringing us to the present day. Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, Reggie boy. It was a constant source of shame for the X-Star. Yes! One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, but you're only talking about Mr. Hammer. It's almost... Says if it was Mr. Hammer who had D. Vasquez, not the only other. What motive would be? Ooh, yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income. Ooh, and I never get rid of useful men as a person. Mr. Wright? She had no motive, Your Honor. What is that now? Mr. Hammer, who is out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs and stuff. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? 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 Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with the sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room, stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to full security lady to think he gave his powers. Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him for all these years. Ooh, I'm mad. Broke my pipe. So did it, didn't you? Ooh, yes, I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call it. There's blood everywhere. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What happened here? Manuel. Manuel, Miss Vasquez. Please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident, Mr. Hammer. It was an accident. No, Manuel, don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. Oh, please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Steve Vasquez? In the waiting room, Your Honor. As calm as collected as ever. I see, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought out another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is only natural, not a miracle. Ooh, yes, you're right. Very well. Mr. Defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Spotty! Confetti! Don't ask me where I keep this confetti. I keep it around for special occasions. When there's a not guilty verdict. That is all. Court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court 3. Defendant will be number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad it's okay. You're okay. Yes, but it's sad, brother. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think he would try to frame me for a murder, it makes me sad, brother. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? him. It was because he was just him. He was jealous of you, big man. So he hated you. I think I understand, brother. He couldn't have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime. Thank you, brother. I'm just glad it's over. So am I, so am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to return the steel semi. I can't wait to get back into the sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Edgeworth! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. Don't waste any time going, do you? No, I really wanted to thank you. Vasquez wouldn't have gotten in the way if he didn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you, Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of yours, your work, Mr. Powers. Liar! Right? I didn't expect to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better if we had not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with an unnecessary feeling. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? Only to serve to get in my way. You listen to me, it's like, don't you share your face in front of me again. That is what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend, brother? What friends? As if... Oh, I was right. For right now, I guess. Why do you get that feeling that... Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and that... Later. As of current close... Thankfully, Global Studios thought its programming changed. They want infection kidsers again. The pink one. Nick! This is it! The new show! You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and their assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if this shows your face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready to see the real Will Powers. The end of this chapter.